What does the title refer to?
The title is actually a shortcut that we use to place the opera somewhere for ourselves. It sort of refers both to just the actual physical act of finding longitude and placing yourself and naming a place, but it also directly responds to the process of colonization.
Well, the scary thing about making a piece this large and with so many moving parts is that you're working on it, for a period of maybe 36 months, and you're inside it, and you're in the studio, and you're on graph paper, and you're talking and talking and talking, and you never really get a chance to sort of zoom out 50 yards and look at what the thing is in front of you.
It's very tricky to do the dynamics. So yeah, we have one performer on stage, and then a couple of secondary performers that are performing actions around him to create the visuals that we're doing. But this one performer represents Jörgen Jörgensen, who was the first and only king or dictator, or what you want to call it, of Iceland as an independent nation. Iceland actually was a colony of Denmark for a very long time. In the early 19th century, Jörgen Jörgensen came to the island and declared it independent for 40 days.
Jörgen Jörgensen, he was a privateer, pirate, a liberator, an oppressor, a scoundrel, an opportunist, a thug. All in all, a really fun character to tell a story about.
It's actually really interesting. This is the pitch that I'm going to use to drive the thuds, and that is the introduction of him.
Oh.
Nice.
When we started off, we wanted to create something that could be consumed or experienced in different venues and different deployments. So whether that was an installation art gallery setting, a more frontal theatrical staging setting, or the largest and most fantastic deployment we can imagine would be a sort of immersive surround space where the audience can move and walk between the projections, the actions, the music, and the performance.
The piano is then scraping low strings, so your nails are sort of popping from ridge to ridge on the low strings, so you get this sound, and together that forms like a... So in Longitude, the instruments are actually performing the libretto through extended techniques. So you'll have like a white noise sound in a cello, which is run through electronics to sort of give it a certain vowel color, and then you have a flutter tongue in the flute, and together these things form a word, and then you may hear that same flutter tongue sound in a completely different word or in a musical event, and it's exactly the same way, but you don't even realize that it's the same sound because the contextualization of the sound has changed. And this, of course, is amplified, so this will be very loud and obnoxious. See, they're $3.79 at the Container Store.